these games are not on the up and up. These are rigged poker contests. Fallout continues. This is not on my proverbial bingo card. If you had told me, hey, what are the odds that FBI Director Kash Patel and ESPN sports commentator Stephen A. Smith are going to be engaging in a war of words, Buck, I would have said, I don't really see that coming. I don't see that very likely. So yesterday, this is maybe, I think, we did the debate recently. Stephen A. sometimes has takes where I say, you know what, I may disagree. This is one of the dumbest takes I think Stephen A. Smith has ever had. And yesterday, you called it out.
Yeah, I just said, if he's going to talk politics, now he's in my world, and he should have stuck to sports on this one. Not a good take.
All right, so here is cut 10. This is what was said yesterday, and now FBI Director Kash Patel is firing back. But I want you guys to hear. First, again, this has to do with the arrest, the NBA, the mafia, the gambling-related fraud that was announced and uncovered yesterday by the FBI as part of the arrest. This is what Stephen A. Smith said in response to that cut 10.
How many times, for one incident after another, have I said, Trump is coming? He's coming. I'm going to say it on national television again. Bad Bunny is performing at the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden you hearing ICE is going to be there, looking to engage in mass deportations. The Super Bowl, disrupting things. Big night for the NBA. Wembanyama put on a show. That has now been smeared because we're talking about this story. But I've been saying he's coming. He's coming because in his eyes, folks try to throw him in jail. In his eyes, he's innocent. They try to put me behind bars. I'm getting everybody. He's not playing. And so this, in a lot of people's eyes, talk to people in the NBA, talk to people in the NFL, talk to people in the world of sports. They think this is like the tip of the iceberg. These are the kind of words that are coming out of people's mouth. It's not a surprise. It's very disheartening. It's very concerning. We don't know where this is going to go, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. Everybody's better brace themselves.
Okay. That is a ludicrous take. This investigation has been going on for multiple years. I'm betting that Kash Patel's response is something of that nature, but here it is. FBI Director Kash Patel responding to Stephen A.
Stephen A. Smith, the sports commentator, suggested that this was revenge from the president for all the kind of left-wing activism of the NBA. Your response to that?
I'm the FBI director. I decide which arrests to conduct and which not to conduct. That may be the single dumbest thing I've ever heard out of anyone in modern history, and I live most of my time in Washington, D.C. It's right up there with Adam Schiff. We arrest people for crimes.
Wow. Kash Patel, that's Laura Ingram's show, Fox News, last night, I am presuming, with that investigation, an interview with Kash Patel about the investigation. Here's what I would say, Buck, because I was on with Hannity last night, our buddy Sean Hannity, who many of you are going to hear after this, and he asked me about this. Here's where I somewhat agree. I think this is the tip of the iceberg, man. I said this on the show.
First question I asked you yesterday, we were getting into this.
Yeah, the more I think about it, did I talk about it on the show yesterday very much? I am not a good poker player. I do not do math fast enough, candidly, to be able to analyze odds in real time. Some guys and gals have brains that are basically just calculators. And a card gets flipped over and they can immediately say, all the great poker players can, oh, my odds have changed by 4%. I'm going to adjust on the fly here. What they were doing was they were using an X-ray machine. And I wanted to play this because I don't think we played this yesterday. This is a professional poker player, Buck, who said 2 years ago on a podcast, hey, this guy Chauncey Billups, 17-year NBA veteran, NBA Hall of Famer, these games are not on the up and up. These are rigged poker contests. And before we play this, Buck, I would just ask you this. Do you think if the mafia went through the trouble of doing X-ray machines, of chandelier cameras, of all this different technology to rig poker games, do you think they're only doing that with Chauncey Billups? Nope. Or they are doing this all over the country? And I've been invited to some of these high-end poker games. I haven't gone because I know I'm the fish. Like, I'm the guy who's going to get taken advantage of. I'm not good enough at poker. I don't want to just give my money to these guys playing poker. Here is a professional poker player saying, Chauncey Billups wasn't even a very good player, and he was making decisions that make no sense when you look at the cards on the table, and somehow he was winning all these hands, and all these poker players were talking about this game's not on the up and up. Listen. I believe we have that cut. Let me make sure that we have that cut.
What's the number? We got to get a number, Mr. Clay. I'm not sure which
this
one it is.
Cut 11. The discussion about poker. This is him saying these games were not on the up and up.
It was all built around Chauncey Billups, and I had heard about the game. And the person who told me about it was like, look, I know the game runners. I'm telling you 100% this game is on the up and up. And I was like, well, I know a lot of the people that are involved, and I'm telling you 100% that it is not on the up and up.
Yeah.
And, we kind of went back and forth, and I agreed that, like, I just wasn't going to go play it. But I had some friends who went and played it both in L.A. and in Vegas. And it obviously, like, was for sure confirmed to be cheated. Mm-hmm. Like, people who clearly didn't even understand the rules of No Limit Hold'em are just like jamming hundreds of big blinds in with like a gutty and then just drilling it. Yeah. Only the pros are losing.
You're doing statistically improbable things, and they keep happening over time. And these professional poker players are sitting there like, wait a minute, this should never be happening. This is 2 years ago that guy was saying this publicly. That is, by the way, Matt Berkey, a pro poker player.
Well, I just think that, the mob is doing this more than in what we've already heard about. I would make a bet on that.
Yes.
And I don't know. I think that you're going to see a lot more of this come to light. I also lack I don't know if it's the gene, the predilection, I don't enjoy like card games like this. I don't know. And I know this has been a thing that people like to do. I don't understand how it's like. I really just mean this. I don't understand how it is fun. I completely lack.
I really enjoy it.
I think sitting at a table with cards in my hands and losing money, because I absolutely would lose money because I don't know what I'm doing, I don't understand how that's. This is why Vegas for me, when I go to, by the way, I like Vegas. I just like the food, the people, the shows. I don't do the all the different gambling stuff when I'm there. I also think it's kind of tells you a lot that in these places, they can shut you down because you're doing too well. They can say you're counting cards. Well, that's just another way of saying you're doing too well and they don't want you there, because statistically you're supposed to be losing money, right? So again, back to the card game component of this, even if you get on a hot streak, if you start to do too well, I mean, unless I'm missing something, the casino can just be like, we think you're card counting, you're out.